Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're unlocking a really simple but incredibly powerful secret for finding the hidden stories in your data. It's all about turning total chaos into crystal clear clarity.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You're just staring at this massive spreadsheet, maybe thousands of rows of numbers, and you're trying to find something, anything, meaningful. It's just so overwhelming, and it can feel pretty much impossible to spot a trend or an opportunity in all that noise.
But what if I told you the solution isn't about getting more data, but about giving the data you already have a smarter structure? Well, there is a better way to see the story. The secret is something called dimension hierarchies.
Honestly, the best analogy for this is a digital map on your phone. You start out with that big world view, then you can zoom into a continent, a country, a city, and finally right down to a single street. Dimension hierarchies give your data that exact same power, making it super intuitive to explore at any level of detail you want.
Okay, so let's dive into this. We're going to start with the most common and, frankly, the most intuitive type of hierarchy. It's the kind that pretty much mirrors how businesses are already structured out there in the real world. These are what we call natural hierarchies, and they follow a really obvious logical path. So, for example, you can analyze your sales data starting from a massive territory like North America. Then you can just click to drill down into a specific country, like the USA, and then go one level deeper to see the numbers just for California. It just makes sense, you know? So natural hierarchies are fantastic, but what if the most interesting connections in your data aren't the most obvious ones? What if you want to ask questions that your standard business structure just doesn't account for?
This is where you really get to be creative. Non-natural hierarchies are basically custom-built relationships that let you ask unique business questions. You're linking different attributes together that don't really have a built-in natural order. So here's the key difference. Natural hierarchies, they follow the existing rules of your business. But non-natural hierarchies, they let you create new rules to find those hidden patterns. For instance, by linking a customer's occupation to their education level, a marketing team might suddenly discover that, wow, engineers with PhDs are their most profitable customer segment, an insight that would have been impossible to find otherwise.
Now, to make these custom pads actually useful, there are a few best practices. First, keep them short, ideally just 2 levels, to avoid making things confusing. Name them clearly so everyone knows what they're looking at. And here's a little pro tip. If you create a path from gender to marital status, go ahead and create the reverse too. This gives your team maximum flexibility to explore the data from all kinds of angles. All right, let's keep going because not all data plays nice. We're going to tackle 2 of the most common data challenges out there, dates and really large ranges of numbers.
I mean, have you ever seen this? A sales chart where the months are sorted alphabetically? You get April, then August, then December. It is a data analyst's nightmare. It makes spotting seasonal trends or monthly growth completely impossible. The fix is surprisingly elegant. Instead of sorting by the month's name, a proper date hierarchy uses a hidden key, usually the month number. So January is always first because its key is 1, February is second because its key is 2, and so on. This simple trick guarantees your data always shows up in the correct chronological order.
Now, what about a field like customer income, where you could have thousands of unique values? Well, a bucket hierarchy is the answer. It simplifies the analysis by automatically grouping that huge range of numbers into just a handful of meaningful categories like low, medium, and high income. So far, all the hierarchies we've looked at have had these neat, predictable levels. But let's be honest, real-world structures are often much, much messier than that. Yeah, just think about a company's organizational chart. Not every manager has the same number of people reporting to them, right? The chain of command has a different length depending on where you are in the company. A simple level-based hierarchy just can't handle that kind of complexity. The solution is a parent-child hierarchy. This special type is designed specifically for these uneven relationships. Here, each employee is linked to a parent, their manager. This structure can perfectly map a complex org chart, no matter how many levels deep any given branch happens to go. So after looking at all these different types, natural, non-natural, date, and parent-child, what's the crucial point here? Why does mastering hierarchies actually matter? It's because hierarchies are the invisible architecture that turns raw data into true business intelligence. They transform those confusing spreadsheets into interactive dashboards where anyone, not just the data analyst, can drill down, explore, and find their own answers. And ultimately, that empowers faster, smarter decisions with just a few clicks.
And once you start looking for them, you'll realize these structures are absolutely everywhere, from the navigation menus on your favorite websites to the way your music app organizes artists and albums. So what other hidden hierarchies are shaping the information you consume every single day?